For many Americans, January is a time to reflect, reframe, and reset, especially when it comes to health and finances. A new survey from Intuit shows that a growing number of Americans are rethinking how they save, spend, and plan for the year ahead. So what's driving this shift, and what should people be prioritizing right now? Joining us to share practical tips for building healthier money habits is Intuit financial advocate Gigi Gonzalez. Welcome, Gigi.
Thank you, Laura, for having me on.
Now, we mentioned that recent Intuit survey that reveals how people are feeling about their finances this year. What stood out the most to you?
What stood out to me the most was how focused people are on improving their financial wellness going into the new year. So out of the thousands that were surveyed, an astonishing 93% said that they plan to transform how they manage their money in the new year, with the top three priorities being increasing savings, paying down debt, and boosting their income. Another interesting data point is 54% of Americans said that they have financial regrets from last year, and they are using the new year as a financial reset to get back on track.
Now, January is Financial Wellness Month. For you, what does financial wellness actually mean?
Financial wellness is simply about building a personal system that helps you feel confident and in control of your money. And when I say in control, that doesn't mean that fun goes out the window. It just means that you're now spending with intention so that you can enjoy today and know that you're still making progress towards future financial goals.
I like that. We're looking for tangible takeaways. Now, what are some realistic ways to start spending more mindfully and build a financial wellness routine?
Yes. So the money routines that work are the ones where you start small and are able to stay consistent. So I'm going to share 3 tips today. First tip is make a money date with yourself. So set up a weekly money check-in so your finances feel familiar and not stressful. Review how you did it for the week and take note of how you're moving towards savings and paying off debt. Tip 2 would be set one money goal at a time. So instead of trying to knock them all out at once, try tackling them one at a time, because this just makes it more realistic. And what's going to help is making these specific too. So for example, set a specific amount of how much you want to have, let's say, in savings at the end of the month. And tip 3 is spend on what matters most to you. Here, I'll share a personal example. I am really focused on improving my sleep quality in this new year. And to do that, I am spending in alignment with that. So that means that for me, it makes sense to spend money on something like a sound machine or sleep gummies to help me sleep better. And I am cutting back ruthlessly on things that don't matter to me, like upgrading my phone just because I have the option to.
That is such practical advice. Now, let's face it, we're all creatures of habit, and it can be hard to change our money habits. What are some of the habits that trip people up the most when they're trying to spend less?
Great question. So yes, of course, the first step is getting clear on what you want your money to do for you and building a budget around that. But the second step is a hard part, and that's actually sticking to your budget. And if you have a hard time doing that, you're not alone. Intuit found that 77% of people struggle to cut back on spending on social plans. So things like dining out or going to events with friends and family. And another 45% said that impulsive buys have thrown them off track financially. So that's why I like a budget that allows you to take care of your obligations first, but also allows flexibility. So a good way to do this is to first outline all your fixed expenses for the month, which means take inventory of your bills for the month, how much you have to pay in debt, how much you're putting away towards retirement and savings goals. And as soon as the money comes to the door, as soon as that direct deposit check hits, make sure that that money is siphoned out into those buckets and that those goals are taken care of first. And then whatever's left in your checking account after that's been taken out is yours for you to knock yourself out. You're able to spend that money guilt-free. So you know that you can afford what you're spending. You don't have any surprises at the end, and then you're still making progress towards those long-term financial goals.
Good stuff. Now, Gigi, you are the author of Cultura Cash, which was recognized by Forbes as a must-read money book. Any other strategies you can share to kickstart and sustain a financial wellness journey?
Honestly, a big one is keeping your vision present. I think a lot of the reason why financial resolutions or any type of resolutions fall flat as early as February is because people lose sight of their goals. So for me, I had a big dream of moving abroad. It took me years, 6 years actually, to be able to actually fulfill that dream. And 6 years is a long time to keep a dream alive. But the way that I kept it alive is I had my phone screen being Italy, right? So every time that I saw my phone, I saw the beautiful Italian countryside. I also had a big world map on my living room that kept me motivated and kept me in tune with what was really important to me. So again, keep those goals in sight and remember your why.
And look at the power of goals and manifestation. You're in España right now, right?
I am. I'm in Valencia.
See, dreams do come true. Now, a lot of folks feel that managing money can be overwhelming, but it can be easier with support from Intuit.
Yes, yes. And I would also like to acknowledge that money can be a stressor for a lot of people right now. I know a lot of people will feel like they're just getting by, but Intuit survey does show that Americans are optimistic about the financial future. Even with rising stress, people feel confident that they will have a better financial future and are motivated to make those changes. And that's what it's about. It's about progress over perfection, learning, adjusting, and getting back on track. And it's easier to do that when you have the education and the support to do that. That's where Intuit comes in. They have the tools and the financial experts that can really help you feel more financially confident. So if you like these tips and want to learn more, you can go to intuit.com/blog.
Gigi, we thank you so much for sharing your insight and strategies to help hit that reset on Money Matters.
Thanks, Laura.
And we thank you for joining us on San Diego Living. We'll see you next time.